Hello, homos and friends of homos. So, and I kind of hate admitting this because I pay for Atlantic Broadband, which is one of the cable providers here in Miami Beach, for full-on cable because I need it. But I do watch most of it now on my computer. I do. I go to HBO Go, Showtime Anytime. I don't remember the one for Stars, and I get a lot more from my buck that way because I really watch everything. I watch everything. I know I need some friends. But I watch a comedy special on HBO. It's Tig Notaro. She's a stand-up comedian that I really didn't know that much about before. I saw her and Amy Schumer one time. They did a sketch with her, but I didn't know who she was. But she's getting a lot of play lately because I guess she did this special and she talks about her getting cancer. And so I start watching it, and she's fucking hilarious. I mean, I think she smokes two bowls before she does. I always admire people that are funny, that have this sort of slow cadence to their delivery, because I'm kind of the opposite of that. And one of the things that I struggle with on my tour is delivery, because I am amped up all the time, and I love the days when I'm kind of like either hungover or something, and it slows me down, and it works, depending on the audience, but sometimes delivery is everything. And so I admire people that have that in them, that just don't give a fuck, or their brain works that way. And she's so funny. But um and she a big lesbo. She even has a story about, just, you gotta watch it. But one of the things in the show is that she had a double mastectomy because she had breast cancer. And at one point, she takes off her shirt in the show and leaves it off. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that I didn't find it distracting, but yet so effective. And she was so comfortable, or at least pretending to be comfortable while doing this, and at the same time sending a message like, "Yeah, this shit happens, people. I got no tits now." Cannot say enough good things about, and she's really like slight and kind of butch looking, but not intimidating at all. Just check it out if you can. Tig Notaro on HBO. Just amazing. I think there's a special of hers on Netflix that I haven't seen, but really, really good. But speaking of slight, I follow a lot of uh, fitness YouTubers. Fitness was my former career 20 years ago, and trying to get back into it. Um, and I watch a lot of them. And YouTube, their algorithm figures out, what you watch, and then they throw them your way. And there's a lot of bad ones. But I've been following this good one named Greg O'Gallagher. That's his name. Yeah, he's Canadian. He's super hot. Um, and he's got a company called Kinobody, and he's promoting something that he didn't invent, but I learned about it from him. Later, I learned that there's a lot of people promoting it. It's called intermittent fasting, and basically the idea is, well, before I explain it, there's a lot of documented evidence on the benefits of fasting. It improves your insulin sensitivity. It promotes growth hormone. In men, it says it can jack it up by like 2,200%. There's all this documented evidence on the benefits of fasting. And you've heard people throughout the years, like Kevorkian used to speak about, eating half of your calories or whatever. I've always, kind of like raised my eyebrow at it because daddy loves to eat. But he talks about this version of fasting, which is called intermittent fasting, where you eat your big meals, in the afternoon and at night, even at 1, 2 in the morning, which is counter intuitive to what was being promoted before. And then, you fast anywhere between. There's lots of versions, but you fast anywhere between 12 to 16 hours after that. You can drink coffee or non-caloric drinks. I'm a big coffee drinker, so I just drink coffee like crazy. And you fast like 12, 16 hours, and then you eat. You end up eating 2 large meals a day. Here's what I like. First of all, it's completely doable. I am never hungry in the morning. Whenever I followed any of those, like, eat your first meal in the morning and make it big, it felt wrong to me. Um, and I can drink tons of coffee and it's good. So for me, it's super easy. Number two, when you eat. And I eat until I'm full and satisfied. So I like that. And you eat what you want. And that's part of the point that he makes. Is like, eat what you want. If you want to have those cookies, have them. Um, and number three, it works. I've dropped like 8 pounds in 3 weeks. And I mean, last night I had a big dinner and I had 4 cookies and milk. And, you know, I don't want to cry victory, victory yet, but I think this is a good one. I got my mom on it because she's my guinea pig. And whatever I'm on, I put her on it immediately. And we're cut from the same cloth, so she appreciates it. I think this works. I also noticed that when I'm on the fast, besides the fact that I'm drinking coffee, but I always drink a lot of coffee, I can tell that my energy gets jacked up. Other things from it. He also says you can work out on it because there's some people like, you have to eat an hour after you work out. He's like, don't worry about it. Bottom line is your nutrition at the end of the day. You can work out on it. I've done tours on it, and I give like Olympic type performances, and I think it works. So look into it. Obviously, not everything is for everybody, but this one is working for me so far, and I've been doing it for 3 weeks. Intermittent fasting.